This video was filmed on July 10th, 2008. As of this video's filming, the iOS App Store is officially 10 years old today. So yeah, round of applause and happy birthday to Apple's App Store. It launched July 10th of 2008. So to celebrate Apple's wonderful 10 years of bringing us some good apps and some horribly developed apps by third-party developers, we're going to go over what was arguably the most popular app of each year from 2008 up to what is now 2018. Now bear in mind, this app could be free, it could be paid for, it could be a game, it could be a productivity app, it could be whatever. As long as it was popular and arguably one of the most popular apps of that year, we're going to talk about it and hopefully experience some nostalgia in this video. I'm excited. For 2008, the most popular app was Pandora Radio. It's almost kind of shocking to think that Pandora Radio was even a thing all the way back in 2008. It was a free app, but it was arguably one of the most downloaded at the time. Now, since it is 2008 and it's the launch year for Apple's App Store, we'll just go ahead and include the top paid app, which was called Koi Pond. It was 99 cents, and it was apparently an entertainment app, and all it did was turn your screen into like a live digital koi pond, complete with water effects and koi effects. I don't know, I didn't have the app, but there it is. 2009. Okay, so we're gonna do one app for this year and probably for the rest of the years here on out, but this one is a hilarious one, and to be completely honest with you, if it is still in the App Store, actually after we finish filming this video, I'm gonna jump back in the App Store and see if it is still there. It is I Am T-Pain. I'm fairly certain I had this on my iPod Touch. Just a little backstory about me. When the first iPhone launched, I really wasn't too big into Apple's products, but I definitely had the iPod Touch. I think I had it on my iPod Touch. This app was hilarious. You guys know back then, and even now, arguably, T-Pain is really popular, mainly because of his style of music and his use of auto-tune. So the I Am T-Pain app essentially allowed you to speak into your device, and it would play the same stuff back to you in auto-tune, essentially making you sound like T-Pain. Now, the best way to do this was to plug in a pair of headphones, so you couldn't necessarily hear yourself speaking into the device, but you got real-time feedback through the headphones of what you sounded like with auto-tune. It essentially made musicians out of all of us. It's a good thing some of us didn't pursue that category, though. 2010, this is where mobile games kind of started to take off a little bit, in my opinion. And of course, the most popular app of 2010 was Angry Birds. Now, as the game and series of Angry Birds progressed, they made different versions, but for the sake of 2010, it's just a classic Angry Birds. It was the only one released at the time. Now, the game is, for those of you that don't know, a game where you essentially have a bird on one side of a map, and on the other side of the map, you have some sort of wooden house built or obstacles built, and they're filled with green pigs. And the object of the game is to launch the bird from one side of the map to the other side of the map, essentially knocking over whatever's standing, and also making the pigs explode, or they like puff or something or another. And you get points for doing that. And then the more damage you do to the houses and things like that, you get points for those as well. And then at the end of each level, you're graded on like a star system, 1 star being okay, and then 3 stars being, hey, you achieved what the developers wanted you to achieve for this level. And as levels progressed, it got more difficult. Fun, addictive game. If you haven't tried it, you need to. You're like 8 years behind. And for 2011, drum roll please, it is Angry Birds? Again? You're positive. Okay, jeez, 2 years in a row. No wonder they made like 5 sequels and a movie. Okay, 2011 goes to Angry Birds. 2012. Now this year was won by a super popular video streaming app that you guys all know and love. It was won by YouTube. That was the most popular app of 2012. And you know what I really miss? The old YouTube icon looked like a tube TV. It had, you know, it was like a brown TV box, I think, and it had the 2 little knob handles on the bottom left and bottom right of the TV. Amazing. They could bring back that icon right now and put it on my gorgeous modern iPhone 10, and I would not be mad in the slightest. Nonetheless, I think everyone watching this video, and even the one making this video for you, feels a little bit of a connection to YouTube. So I'm glad to see the home team win that one in 2012. 2013, interesting year. Bad luck year for some people, I'm guessing. I don't know. 13 is not exactly a lucky number. But the mobile games strike back this year. A super, super addictive mobile game developed by, I believe, King Software, known as Candy Crush, took the most popular app of 2013. It has been 5 years since Candy Crush has released, and they have released multiple different iterations, including Soda and Jelly. And I am slightly ashamed to say that I have Candy Crush Soda, and Candy Crush Jelly on my iPhone. It is really, really addictive. It's not okay. I'm on like level 300 something in Candy Crush Jelly. I mean, it's I know, stupid, right? It's insane.
1,000.
1,000? 2014. Another mobile game won it. Big shock there. This one is called Heads Up. Now, we did some research here in the Tech Bros studio, and from what we gathered, apparently this game was, I guess, introduced by Ellen DeGeneres, but the app developer is Warner Brothers. Is that yeah, Warner Brothers. Cool. So we don't really know who's responsible for this app, but we went ahead and told you guys both anyways, and we'll let you guys decide. That's your business. The way Heads Up works is it's a category guessing game where one individual puts a category on their forehead that they cannot see, and another individual has to describe to that person what's on their forehead without actually saying it, and then it's up to that person to guess it. Now, I have only played this game, I think, once years ago, but from my understanding, it's a team-based game because obviously you can't play this game by yourself, and you two work together in order to rack up points. Whenever you guess something correct, you get 1 point. Now, if the person in front of you isn't comfortable with describing what's on your head, or they just don't know how to describe it, they can tell you to skip it, and there are certain gestures you can perform while the phone is above your head to skip and go to the next category at hand. So it's definitely a fun party game, and I think is it still on the App Store? I think it's still on the App Store, so you guys should get it and try it out at your next party. It's a lot of fun. 2015, we're almost there, guys. We're 3 years away. Now, 2015 was won by another mobile game, Trivia Crack. And no pun intended, guys, in 2015, this game was like actual crack. I think I was the only person on the planet who didn't play it. All my friends played it. All my friends made fun of me for not playing it. And now I have no friends. So I didn't play it, but I know how the game works. So it's essentially like a Wheel of Fortune style trivia game where the wheel spins. It's a category. They ask you a trivia question. And if you answer it correctly, then the challenge goes on to your friend. Now, you challenge your friends through like a built-in social networking feature in the app where you can add friends and then play against them. So it's a turn-based style, Wheel of Fortune-based trivia game. You would answer a question, then it would go to your friend. Your friend would answer a question, it would come back to you. And then by some sort of point system at the end, a winner is announced. I don't know if it was as bad as Monopoly where friendships were actually lost over this game. All I know is I could not escape all the people who were playing it. I'm kind of glad it's died down a little bit. It makes me happy. 2016, this is where social media starts to take the world by storm, unfortunately. And what's everyone's favorite social media app right now? Well, in 2016, it was Snapchat. That was the most popular app of that year. If you don't know what Snapchat is, then I will describe it to you. It's essentially an application where all you do is send pictures back and forth to your friends. And it kind of started off as simple as that, and now Snapchat's evolved into a full-blown social media phenomenon. I mean, I know celebrities and stuff nowadays are more active on things like Snapchat and Instagram than they were back whenever Facebook first launched. So yeah, now Snapchat has done really cool things like implement filters where you can take pictures of yourself as like, I don't know, like a cat or like a dog, and sometimes whenever you open your mouth, the filter does certain things. There are sponsored filters. There's like a speedometer built into it. So if you're cruising down the highway going 100 miles an hour, you can take a photo and prove to your friends that you're going 100 miles an hour, which you should never do. That's dangerous. But nonetheless, Snapchat starts to take the world by storm in 2016. Facebook Messenger won second place this year. No one cares though. Facebook's in a heap of trouble. We all know that. And the bronze medal goes to Pokemon Go, which I still play. I'm glad to see that we're getting into the Pokemon Go phase. I like it. 2017, the most popular app of this year, surprisingly ties back into the most popular app of 2016. and that app is Bitmoji. And for those of you who don't know, Bitmoji is essentially a way for you to make like a cartoonish style, animated, emoji-ish style person of yourself. I use a lot of ishes in that sentence, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like a way of making a cartoon version of yourself. And it's now integrated with Snapchat. So for those of you who are avid Snapchatters, you know that whenever you add someone, a lot of times you see their Bitmoji avatar as well. So Snapchat and Bitmoji kind of made themselves both really popular because they're implemented with each other. I like Bitmoji actually. I tried to make one. Doesn't look all too much like me, but there are some people in the studio, I've seen their Bitmojis, and oh my gosh, it looks just like them, just a cartoonish version. It's really cool. It's fun. It's lighthearted. I really enjoy it, and it's gotten to a point where you can even do things like send Bitmojis to people in text messages. There are Bitmoji stickers that you can drag and drop in iMessage. Bitmoji's kind of become this huge thing, and I think it's mainly because of Snapchat. Either way, I like it. And 2018, like I said, guys, it's July of 2018, so these two applications are not necessarily going to be in their standings at the end of the year, and if they are, then hey, great for those developers. Top free app is Instagram. Like I said, back in 2016, social media kind of started to take things by storm, and Instagram and Facebook are now one conglomerate. So talk about a titan of a social media application. Instagram is huge. It's all over the place. I'm honestly not shocked at that. What does shock me though is at the time of this video, the top paid app is an app called Facetune. It was released in 2016, and it's apparently an app that costs $3.99, and it's like a near professional facial retouch application where you can take selfies and, I don't know, make blemishes and things like that disappear in order to make yourself look more beautiful. This is why people don't actually look how they do in photos. I blame apps like Facetune. No, I'm just kidding. That's great for the developer. I'm glad it's top paid. It seems to be pretty cool. I'm not going to pay $4 for it, but if you guys want to, top paid in the App Store right now, go ahead and get on that. Yeah. All right, guys, that does it. This was kind of like a fun style video that, to be completely honest with you guys, we kind of discovered while we were in the middle of filming another video. But 10 years of the iOS App Store being around, that is really cool. And it has introduced tons of apps. And to be completely honest with you guys, the notion of applications have honestly changed the way that we live life with how popular it's become. So we definitely had to make a special video for it. Congrats to Apple for having 10 years of the App Store. It's incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Top paid app of this year was something called Facetune. It just came to me, guys, in a vision. It just came to me. Facetune. You want to just cut it? Can you just cut it? Can you just cut it?